just trying to survive and learn to love along the way by Foreplay on AO3. Episode 19, Chapter 19 of Bonds and Revelations. Izuku was tired of the feelings his mom drained up. He thought that he'd never have to see her again, but of course she found a way to get one last jab in. It hurt, sitting there and taking all the insults she threw at him while Shota's next to him and Hizashi in the other room. So Izuku is tired and hurt and scared. The talk with All Might seemed like a vacation compared to his mother's words. But she hurt him in the past, and the memories will hurt him for a long time, while One for All will hurt him in the future. Of that, he has no doubt. Izuku feels like he's cried all he can by the time they made it home. It's nearing 7 o'clock, but Izuku doesn't think he could eat if he wanted to, so he lets himself be guided onto the couch and curls up next to the blanket that Sho throws on him, trying to think of absolutely nothing. Tries not to think as Hizashi and Shota sit on either side of him, comforting but not overwhelming. A gentle hand on his hair and a soothing one on his back are the last thing he's aware of before he falls asleep. Izuku wakes up on Saturday, curled up on the couch, still in his school uniform. He gets up, hardly aware of his surroundings, and makes his way to the kitchen, where he can hear his guardians talking in hushed voices. A glance at the clock as he sits down at the table tells him that it's only 9 a.m. But that means that Izuku's got over 12 hours of uninterrupted, nightmare-free sleep. He can't help but think Shota and Hisashi's primarily help with that. That, and the fact that he must have been more exhausted than he originally thought. He looks up and gives Hizashi a small smile as he sets a plate of food in front of him, and receives a head pat in return. It's not until Izuku is finished with his breakfast that anyone speaks. "Hey, listener, Sho and I have to go out shopping. You wanna come with, or just hang out here with the cats? You could always watch a movie or something." Izuku doesn't think he could bear to be away from them right now. Not after all that they went through yesterday. Sitting alone with nothing but his thoughts and the cats to keep him company is the worst idea he could think of right now. "Go with." "Sounds good, buddy. Go and get dressed so we can head out." Hisashi gives him a smile as he wanders out of the kitchen. A glance out the window tells him that it'll be cold today, so he opts for his favorite Present Mic hoodie and a simple pair of jeans. He brushes his teeth quickly, not wanting to make the heroes wait too long. His guardians are wearing things awfully similar to their hero costumes, just lazier and comforting looking. It's not much of a surprise, really. They head to the grocery store that Izuku has never heard of, and Hisashi scans his hero license before they enter. He tugs on Shota's sleeve to get his attention as Hisashi grabs a basket. "Heroes only." "Heroes and important figures, and rich people. A lot of the more recognizable heroes like Hisashi don't want to be bothered on their days off, so they come here where everyone else is after the same thing." Izuku nods at that answer. That lowers the chances of being seen by someone he knows significantly. Most of his classmates don't have hero parents. Only a few like Todoroki and Ida do. He wanders a bit behind his guardians, taking everything in and only really paying attention when they ask him something. It's in his gaze that he catches sight of him and stops in his tracks, unaware that Hisashi and Shota keep going further and further away. Todoroki is there, grocery bag in hand, reading the label on some cereal box. Izuku panics and turns around, trying to leave before he's noticed when he crashes into someone. He would have fallen if they didn't place a steady hand on his shoulder. He looks up and up and up and finds the usually scowling face of Endeavor looking down at him with concern. Izuku can feel his face turning a black shade of red. He just ran straight into the number 2 hero. Sorry." He can hardly manage one word, and it causes Endeavor to frown even deeper. He opens his mouth to speak when a voice calls out behind him. "Midoriya, what are you doing here?" And that's Todoroki, drawn by the commotion of him freaking out at his dad. Shopping?" It comes out more of a question than an answer. "I didn't know you were related to pro heroes. Who is it?" Izuku freezes at that. What is he supposed to say? There you are, problem child. Sashi started freaking out when you disappeared. And now, Todoroki is staring at Shouta, no doubt forming some weird connection in his conspiracy theorist brain. Ah, this one's yours, Eraser. Endeavor, who is still grasping his shoulder, takes this opportunity to finally say something. Midoriya, what's going on? Why are you here with Aizawa-sensei? Izuku thinks he could die. Anything to leave the situation as soon as possible. He's my child. Why else? Let's go, kiddo, before Hizashi buys the whole ice cream section. What? Todoroki yells, follow them as they take their leave, and Izuku follows Shouta blindly as he tries to make sense of what just happened. He tugs on Shota's sleeve to get his attention. Why did you say that? You know how he is. And that's exactly why I did. It'll be funny to watch. See what kind of weird theories he comes up with. Izuku huffs a laugh. He guess it will be. Todoroki will stop now until he knows if it's right or not. They find Hizashi and head to the checkout. Izuku looking anxiously for anyone else he knows that they might run into. It's just his luck that they were getting in line behind Todoroki and his father. So, President Mike, you finally convinced this one to adopt. I know you've been trying for quite some time. Endeavor's question catch him off guard. His guardians have been wanting a child? It makes Izuku feel a little bit better. He's been worrying that the pros had felt pressured to take him in, even though that they've been treating him better than anyone else has. Honestly, I barely have to lift a finger. Sho wanted to take him in as soon as we figured out what was going on. It looks like Endeavor understands exactly what was going on as he frowns. Todoroki looks a little lost, but he doesn't interrupt the pros. Izuku risks a glance at Shouta, and wow, he doesn't realize the man was capable of blushing. So, kid, how long have you been staying with these guys? Endeavor is addressing him now, and Izuku has to take a moment to gather himself before he's able to speak. Almost a week now, Endeavor. The man nods at him, and Izuku glances back at his classmate. He's frowning now, connecting dots that Izuku really doesn't want him to. The cashier finishes, and Endeavor pays, and he turns to leave with a smile and a wave. Goodbye, Midoriya. Senseis? Bye. Izuku's reply is quiet, but from the smile on Todoroki's face, you can tell that he heard it. Once they get home, he checks his phone for the inevitable text from Todoroki. He's a little worried that he'll bring up what he guessed about Izuku's previous situation. A glance at the message tells him his worries were unfounded. Todoroki is tactical enough not to bring up something so sensitive. Midoriya, why are you with Aizawa and Mike-sensei? Is it true? Are you really his son? I thought you said your dad left you guys. Midoriya, please. Izuku sighs and brings his phone out to show Shouta. Look what you've done! He's never gonna stop! Shota's crackles follow him back to his room as he goes to hide and do his homework, and to avoid thinking about the warm feeling that people thinking he's Hizashi and Shota's kid brings up. Alright, that was a cute chapter. Cute chapter. After a really heavy hitting chapter. We needed a cute one, so, love that. Alright, next chapter is called Of Training and Prep Talks. Summary, the first day of internships have arrived. What kind of shenanigans will Izuku get up to training under his mentors? A lot of shenanigans, I do hope. So, as I said, it was my theory that he was going to meet someone at the grocery store, and I always love the idea of there being a specific grocery store for heroes, because it makes sense, you know, for heroes and hero families, it makes sense. I feel like, though, it would only be, like, top heroes. All the other heroes have to deal with, going with the commoners. The commoners. Like, 100 and up are allowed to go to those type of grocery stores or something like that. I don't know, but I feel like that's very, I like that idea because it makes sense because they need to do average daily stuff like that. It's something that I've been thinking about in my fanfiction, Fluffy Mind, and I was like, okay, yes, they would have, you know, the regular like you know, a certain area in the hospital that they could go to, a certain you know, grocery store that they could go to get groceries, you know, stuff like that. But something as big and mundane as like a mall Yeah, no, you're just gonna have to you're just gonna have to be with commoners. We're not making you guys a whole fucking mall. Groceries, healthcare, and a therapist's office. That's all you get. I don't even think they would give him. Do you think they would give, you know, heroes free mental health care? Or not even just free, but just, you know, mental health care is like a regular thing, and it's not like stigmatized. I wonder. That's my wonder of the day. Also, I do love the fact that we're starting to see that, you know, they're fully bonding, right? I don't like how chummy Endeavor was, but I'll get along with it for now. Why did I just gun violence? Hold up, I never actually sat down and fully read these. Hurt, Comfort, Fluff, and Angst, that may make sense. We're Bad Parenting, Inko, Abusive, Inko, duh. Izuku and Shinsou friendship, which I think changes later down. It does change later down. Yeah. Izuku is a problem child, like always. Shinsou replaces Minoru Mineta. We love that. All Might bashing. Woo! Selectively mute. Deaf. Implied/reference child abuse. Past child abuse. Child neglect. Anxiety. Blah, 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 blah. All of these are minor character death. Woo woo! Slow burn. Dabi is Todoroki. Touya. Oh, right. This was made before the big reveal. Okay. Abusive, sign language, gun violence, hard of hearing Kirishima Eijirou. Ooh, okay. Bakugou Katsuki is a good cook. Okay. Blackwhip Quirk, Danger Sense Quirk, Float Quirk, Protective Shinsou Hitoshi, Protective Todoroki Shoto, Courtroom drama. No. What is this? Hero Public Safety Commission bashing. We love that. And Izuku Midoriya has chronic pain. Okay, I'm sorry. Courtroom drama? Okay. Alright, I'm a little worried about that. Okay, so the next one is, I feel like it's just gonna be internships, and it's gonna be cute, fun. As I said, I think it's gonna be around episode 20, or not episode 20, but yeah, episode 20. I could say episode 20 now. I don't have to worry about that. 20 to 30, to 40. Around those is when the whole dad thing's gonna happen. Unless we're doing the whole slow burn 100%, and the dad doesn't happen until like later down the road at the end of the fucking thing, which would be a really weird turnaround considering that we got straight into them, you know, moving in together, and now it's slow burn till they're, you know, calling each other family, which would be a little backwards, but alright, I'll roll with it, you know. Anyways, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.